The other one that was fucking wild was this Tiffany Haddish interview,
Okay.
who doesn't give a fuck either. Like she's very funny in interviews. I think she's a very funny actress. I don't enjoy her stand up that much, and I don't get it. But she's a good actress, comedic actress. And she's great in interviews and to
she's
sit
cool.
and chat with. She's cool. But she's told this fucking story yesterday where she was at a party and with a bunch of famous celebrities, and another famous actress came up and bit Beyonce on the face at this party. And everybody's trying to guess who this celebrity is. Chrissy Teigen said, I know who it is. And she's not saying, she was like, look, if Beyonce wants to get into it, that's fine. But
what's your guess?
Of who the celebrity is?
I'm thinking like crazy chick, right? Crazy chick that would be hanging out with all of them, that just like parties and thinks it's fucking funny.
I don't know. I don't know on this one who it would be.
Okay.
Because I don't know who Beyonce rolls with, like, or what type of party she's at. Like that's one of those celebrities that you don't see out at your typical parties.
No, she'll go to like the private stuff. Like I know she was just
like ultra private, where you're just like, oh, I didn't hear about that party, or like an Oscar party or something. Like I could see her going to one Oscar party, like the Vanity Fair party, and that's about it, or something.
Maybe, like I said, she goes to like exclusive invite.
Yeah, where it's
only stuff. Where it's like Chris Martin had a birthday party and she was like
right, but at the house.
Yeah.
Not a party where it's like, oh hey, we got loose at you know, backstage at the EDM or something like that, EDM festival. So I can't peg down who that would be and where. And also, as an actor, you know this, like the face is off limits.
We don't bite
all the time.
We don't bite.
Not only that, you don't even get that close.
No,
like,
no,
you know, it's a couple brief kisses. Even if you know maybe you're touching skin, but probably not because you don't want to fuck up somebody's makeup or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know who would cross the line.
Leslie something. Who's that girl from Saturday Night Live?
Oh, Leslie Jones, Les Dog? No, I don't. No way. I don't see her doing it.
Okay.
I don't see her doing it. But it led me to think about it. I was like, man, you don't hear too many stories like this anymore. Because everybody's so fucking guarded and there's so many cell phones and all this shit. You don't hear things like this anymore. And it led me to think of like, what's the craziest celebrity story that I've been involved with that nobody knows, where I saw somebody go way off the deep end and get super fucked up.
What?
Do you have one of these?
Celebrity stories?
Yeah.
No, I'm not really famous.
Not that. I'm not saying you're famous, but where you've seen a celebrity at a party out do something super fucked up and you were like, holy shit, I can't believe so-and-so did this. I'll share mine. You think about yours, I'll share mine real quick because I'll never forget this.
I may not share mine.
Okay. Whoa.
Listen, it's
you don't have to say
honor among thieves. No.
You're right.
No,
which
go
is
ahead.
why
Go ahead.
I'm not going to say his name.
Of course not, but go ahead.
I'm not going to say his name, but I'll tell you the story. And at the time of, I wouldn't say he's that he's on the downslope of fame right now. But at the time, he was super mega famous. Holy shit! Like everybody knew who he was. And a friend of mine, we were at one of those fucking clubs that's attached to a hotel. Mm. And what would happen is if you knew you were going to get fucked up in like super VIP, they would give you a hotel or you could just get a room for the night there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we did. And so afterwards they were like, hey, we're going to go up to, so-and-so's room or whatever and party or whatever after the bar closes. The bar, last call at these bars in LA. It's very pussy-ish. It's like 1:30. You got to get out of there.
Right.
We were at the Mondrian Hotel, which is attached to Sky Bar.
Okay.
Which is still going on to this day and people are still partying there. But back in the day, it was like ultra, like fucking hard to get in and you had to be famous and all that bullshit.
Is it the Standard now or it's still there?
No, the Standard is still there. It's Standard's about maybe, I don't know, a half mile down the road. Okay. So anyways, the Mondrian is still there. Gorgeous views. Overlooks all of LA, a pool, the whole shit. Awesome. I got banned there for a year one time, and
I think we know that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
I told that story before. So this was maybe 3 years after that. I go back, and my buddy is just like, "Hey, I can't find so and so, this celebrity that my other friends was friends with," and I was like, "Oh, well, he's not at the room because everybody's going back to the room to this party or whatever."
Right.
And he goes, "No," and I was like, "Well, isn't it his room?" And he goes, "Yeah, and everybody's partying there, but I can't find him." And I was like, "All right, cool. What do you want me to do?" And he's just like, "Man, he's been doing a lot of fucking drugs lately, and if you could help me find him, that would be awesome." And I was like, "All right, man, fuck. Like, I don't know where this is gonna lead." I get in the elevator and get off of the floor, look out on this all the way around this floor, nothing, can't find him, whatever. Get back in the elevator, go down one more floor, same thing, can't find him. Get down one more floor, and a group of girls comes walking in, and they're just like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," and I was just like, "Oh hey, you guys look like super stunned or shocked." I was like, "Are you guys okay?" Because that was my first initial thought. They were like, "Yeah, but there's a man naked on our floor, and he's kind of running around the hallways right now." And I was like, "Who is it? Did you recognize him by any chance?" And they were like, "It looked like the guy from X," this
Dang
thing.
it.
And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Are you sure he's naked?" And they were like, "He is buck naked." Like not wearing any clothes, just running around. And I was like, "Well, what's he doing?" And they were like, "He's just making like
oh no,
weird
bath
faces
salts.
at people,"
Yeah.
and just like, yeah. And I knew what kind of drugs he's on, so you're getting close to bath salts at that
Right.
point. It's probably like meth or something. And I was just like,
Sure.
which I don't get down on, nor should anyone, to be honest with you. So I was like, "Oh god." So I looked at my buddy and I was like, "Hey man," my buddy's a bigger guy. And I looked at him and I was like, "Hey man," he was closer to this guy than I was friend wise. And I was
Right.
just like, this is your boy. What are we going to do with this? Like, cause he's all hopped up on shit. And if he's running around butt naked, what are we going to do? And like, I don't want to be involved in a photo of me grabbing this guy buck naked.
Yeah.
I was about to have I think Accepted or something was about to come out at the time. And I was like, what the fuck is this going to look like if I'm grabbing this
Naked guy.
naked man in a hotel,
Right.
like
probably oiled up.
carrying him out of a hotel floor buck naked. Like, what's this gonna look like for me? Like, I got a fight with my gay lover and it's this guy?
Yeah,
and like,
yeah. The speculation.
because this guy was so good looking. Everybody's asked if he's gay and he's not, but it's one of those things where you're like, all right, cool. So we get off the hotel thing and we're walking around the entire floor again. Can't find this guy, and I'm like, man, that's weird. And the doors are locked, and I was like, he didn't get another room. He's got to be here or in the fire, like the fire stairs, the stairwell or whatever. And I was just like, we checked the stairwell, nothing. And I was like, fuck, that's weird. You know how things were built into the wall? Like there was boxes, like they had pictures or vases or they had ledges that you could that you could be on. It turned out we had passed him. He had taken the vase. He was buck naked, sitting inside the box, like in the wall. And he was holding the vase.
God.
Between his legs, and the flowers were coming out of it.
He thought he was so clever.
Yes. And I was just like, oh my God. So I was like, hey, bro, like I passed him and I was like, holy shit. And he looked over and he's like, like this. And I was like, oh my God. Why was he that calm and patient at that time? Or like, had he found his place that he needed to be? I didn't know.
Right.
Either way, I had to get him out of there before these girls went down to the lobby, either told the front desk and called the police or whatever was going to happen. And I was like, we got to get this guy to his room. So we're like, hey, you got to come out of here or whatever. My buddy's talking him out of the wall that he's sitting in.
Sure.
Because he's sitting in it, like just cupped up, arms around his legs, vase between his legs, these fake flowers. And we're like, look, just put the vase over your dick and balls and we'll just go in, say that you went to the pool.
Right.
We'll say that we went to the pool. All we have to do is just get you to your room and you're good to go. I can make a joke about it once we get inside the party and everything will be fine.
Fine.
And it took 15, 20 minutes to coax him out of that. Finally got him up to the room. Came in, made the joke to the room. Ha ha ha! Laughter, laughter, laughter. My buddy put him in the bathroom, got some clothes on him or whatever. Started hanging out. More drugs came out, and I was just like, I'm out of here. Like I'm good to go on this whole sitch.
Right.
Later, I heard 2 hours later, around 4:30 in the morning that night. Not only was he buck naked again out in the hallways, but he was just punching holes through walls, and security was called.
Is this person like a well-known drug user?
No.
Okay.
No. And I think that's why it happened, where he just couldn't handle his shit, and it was probably too much too soon. Okay. I think the immediate fame that he was going through at the time, he just wasn't equipped for that either. So it was.
It's always weird.
Yeah, and you wonder how it happens to people, where you're like, oh, what the fuck. I got to see it firsthand with him, and I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, bro.
And did it affect his career?
Yes.
Okay.
So after that, I would say 2 years after that, his career started to go off the rails. I heard
Probably
he got
more
cleaned.
Stories like that.
Yeah, he got cleaned up. I know this, and he got another shot at another TV show, and it was a spiral.
I hate not knowing.
After that, I'll tell you after the show, but.